The next texture I'm going to teach you today is scale patterns. Drawing scale patterns is a really useful skill to have because it can be used in so many different ways. Let's get started by drawing a curved shape that kind of reminds us of a mermaid's tail, like a rounded arch that's been given a twist. Now let's add some curved lines that wrap around the shape. As we draw lines that cross over each other, we can give them a slight bend. Think of it as if the mermaid's body is twisting and turning. It's helpful to imagine how the scales would look on a twisting body. To make things a bit easier, we can actually create a grid with these lines. Start on one side and draw parallel lines, and you'll notice that they naturally curve as you go. We can keep adding these lines until the grid wraps around all the way around our twisted shape and disappears from view. Now that we have our awesome grid, we can start adding those scales. Think of it as putting scales on a twisting structure. The grid makes it super easy to do. We want to work from corner to corner within each block of the grid. Since our shape is twisting, the scales will naturally be a little different sizes, and that's totally okay. In fact, it actually makes the mermaid's tail look more alive and flowing. Let's do this row by row, just like stacking bricks. It makes it easier to get the scales looking just right. This creates a really smooth and natural look for the scales. As you start drawing the scales along the grid, you'll see that they get narrower as the grid narrows. That's a cool trick for drawing things like reptiles or sea creatures, since they have scales that change size as they move. Alright, time to give those scales some depth. Let's start by gently shading each scale with our pencils. We'll work on one scale at a time, adding little gradients of shading. As you shade, make sure to leave a little bit of a lighter edge around each scale. This helps it to make them stand out and gives them a nice 3D look. It's like adding a little highlight to each scale. Now think about where you want your light source to be coming from. This will help us decide where to add darker shading later on. So as we add some light shading, keep in mind which side of the scales will be getting hit by the light. Let's make those scales really pop. Imagine the light is shining from the right side, kind of like it's coming from below. Well, let's start by adding some darker shading to the left side of the mermaid's scales. It's always easier to work from dark to light. There are two ways to make our shading look super cool. We can either shade each scale individually, making them darker on the left side, or we can shade the whole shape. It's best to start with the individual scales first. By shading each scale separately, we can make sure the gradient from dark to light looks really smooth. We can even make the scales a little lighter as they get closer to the light source, like rows of scales getting brighter. It takes a little longer to do it this way, but it's totally worth it. Take your time and pay attention to each scale, and you'll end up with an awesome result. If you need to, you can always go back and add more shading to make the darker areas even darker. It's all about layering and letting the gradient develop slowly. Remember, our mermaid's tail is curved, so there will be some subtle shifts between the light and dark areas. That's why it's super important to take our time and work on each scale individually. As you layer on darker shading, starting from the darkest side, you'll notice the gradient becomes really smooth. Just be patient with this process. It's okay to take breaks when you get tired. Coming back to the drawing with fresh eyes can make a big difference. Drawing scales takes time, but the more attention you pay, the more realistic your drawing will be. Keep in mind where your light source is, and you'll know which areas of the shape should be darker. And that's pretty much how you draw scales. You can also do a final shading pass over the whole structure after you shaded each scale. This helps to darken the areas that are completely in shadow. Drawing scale patterns is a really useful skill to have because it can be used in so many different ways. You can even use the same process but change the shape of the scales to make different looks. Drawing scales is awesome because you can use them on all sorts of cool things. They're perfect for fantastical creatures like dragons, and they can make things look creepy and scary. You can also use them to draw realistic animals like fish, snakes, and reptiles. If you accidentally made an area darker, you can make it lighter with your kneaded eraser. Other than a little patience, this is how you draw scales pattern. And that's it for this tutorial. Feel free to use references and take your time with each step. Thank you for following this tutorial. I'm glad you made it this far. I hope this tutorial was helpful and easy to follow. Let me know which other tutorial you'd like to see on Peonypaint, and I'll do my best to bring them to you. Until next time, and happy drawing!